All right then, welcome back once again. So let's start the facies. We will be not studying the basic facies that you can study yourself, or I'll provide you the notes you can read from there. That's very easy. So हम लोग अब देखेंगे the facies according to the Yardley, the facies of high pressures. The blue cystinic logida are characterized by the development of the low molar volumes phase. Low molar volume phase, why they have used term here, the low molar volume phase? Why? Because the pressure is high, na? So once pressure is high, density will be low, volume will be low, and the assembly is under the condition of high pressures. The phases of medium pressures, which is as amphibolite, the granulite phases or the green cyst phases. The phases of low pressures, that is albite, Hornfels phases, Hornfels phases, pyroxene Hornfels phases, because they are high temperature phases. The phases of low grade, that is Prainhite, Pompelite, and Zeolite. So they are the different things. So now we'll be seeing facies series rather than that of the facies. So facies you can study yourself, they are very basic. Now we will be studying the facies series. According to the Miyashiro in 1961, initially proposed the 5 facies series, most of them named for a specific representative type locality actually. The series were the contact facies series, which is formed at the low pressure, Buchan-Akamus facies series, which is formed at the low pressure, but a regional facies series is this one. Barrovian facies series, medium pressure, regional type की मेटामॉर्फिज्म में बनेगा. सांगबांगुआ facies series, high pressure में बनेगा, moderate temperature में रहेगा. Franciscan facies series, which is high pressure and low temperature facies once again. So zeolite, Prainhite, Pompelite facies, you can, these type of facies you can read yourself. Now we'll be understanding the one by one. First coming to the Barrovian facies series. So Barrovian facies series, if we see Barrovian, so they are medium pressure facies and regional facies. So in this, first we will be seeing the Dalradian and Monian facies series of Scotland. ठीक है, Barrovian facies series में 2-3 facies series आती है, तो उसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं. The classic example of regional metamorphose area is the Dalradian series of the Scotland. Dalradian occur in a zone of 50 to 80 km wide north of Highland Great Boundaries Fault, HBF. HBF fault भी इसको बोलते हैं, Highland Boundary Fault. एक और फॉल्ट है ग्रेट गलन फॉल्ट, जो कि स्ट्राइक स्लिप फॉल्ट है, जो कि मोनियन फेसिस सीरीज में है. A similar group of metamorphic rock that occur the north of the Great Glen Fault, that is strike slip fault, is called as Monian facies series. Dalradian, जो कि आपका Great Glen Fault के पास बनता है. The rock were originally shale, limestone, diabasics, and the basalt that have been emplaced in the pre-Cambrian to early Cambrian rocks. ठीक है, तो हम मिनरल assemblies की बात नहीं करेंगे, कौन-कौन से जोन में कौन-कौन से मिनरल है, that you can see once here. So we'll be seeing the map here. Okay, right? So Highland Boundary Fault. So this is here the chloride zone. So these facies is the different things. Here is the Great Glen Fault and Monian thrust, Monian facies series and Dalradian facies series. So Dalradian metamorphic rock, these are the Dalradian facies series here, and these are the Monian facies series. All right. So the structural history of these are very important. So आपको structural history का जो है ध्यान रखना है. Between about 600 to 550 million year ago, there was a period of a large recurrent folding. So large recurrent folding जो है Dalradian and Monian facies series में कब हुई थी? 600 to 550 million year ago. This is important. Now coming that between 550 to 480, वहां पे एक सिंपल एंटीक्लाइनल फोल्डिंग हुई थी, जो कि प्लंजिंग किधर को हो रहा है, उसका प्लंज साउथवर्ड, साउथ वेस्ट की तरफ प्लंज हो रहा है. ड्यूरिंग स्टेज मच ऑफ मेटामॉर्फिज्म टुक प्लेस. तो अगर हम तीनों सीरीज को देखें, तीनों स्टेजेस को देखें, उसमें सबसे ज्यादा जो मेटामॉर्फिज्म हुआ है वो एंटीक्लाइन फोल्डिंग के दौरान हुआ है, ना कि रिकमेंड फोल्डिंग के दौरान. So between 480 to 420 years ago, the minor refolding occurred, accompanied by the retrograde metamorphism, and the retrograde metamorphism consists of the chloritizations of the biotite and the garnet and the sericitization of a kyanite grade. मतलब कि biotite grade किसमें बन गया? Chloride grade में बन गया. तो higher grade to lower grade आ गया ना. So ये retrograde metamorphic का एक example है. ठीक है. Monian and Dalradian facies series में last में retrograde metamorphism भी हुआ. Barrovian facies of South Appalachian. अभी हमने देखा Barrovian facies series किसकी? Monian and Dalradian की, जो कि हमने देखा. अब हम स्कॉटलैंड का, अब हम देख रहे हैं साउथर्न और Appalachian का. ये orogeny is the important here. The interpretation relationship between the deformation and metamorphism fism is complicated by the two factors. Three or more orogenic event affected the regions. The most recent are tectonic erosion, जो कि कब हुई Ordovician में. There may be questions, when does this tectonic orogeny takes place? So you can note down Ordovations between the 500 to 400 million year ago. Akkadian orogeny, which took place in the Devonian to the Mississippian, that is from 400 to 350 million year ago. The Langian orogeny, this took in the Pennsylvanian to the Permian, and that is from 325 to 260 million year ago. So if we see them carefully, so what we have got here is that apart from the breaking of the continents, there is different kind of orogeny, like our this Himalayan orogeny took place in the tertiary में भी Eocene Miocene में इसने ज़्यादा हुआ था. In the same way, there has been so many orogeny in the Earth history. So that's what you have to make a note separately, which will be very useful for your GATE, for your CSR NAT, for your all other examination. So, and in the second phase, what happened? The thrusting faulting during these orogeny events sliced up the area, and some of the thrust faults like Frey's Hevel thrust, there occur the metamorphism. So we'll be seeing here again in this map the Frey's Hevel thrust. This is the Frey's Hevel thrust here, and apart from that we have so many thrust and belt zone here. We have Gortrock faults, Thovalia faults, and Breville zones, and we have this Saltville fault, Great Smoky thrust. So GST, this fault is also known as GST, so important here. So in this, what is going to be happen below than that, this portion, this below blue ridges predominant chloride zones, amphibolite facies series is here, while in this portion there is a green cyst facies and the brain height pompelite, where we have got this one is brain height and pompelite one, and the smaller one, very small strips here. But this is about the Frey's Hevel thrust, but here we're talking about the below one, the Barrovian facies series of a medium pressures, and which is known as regional. Why? Because I mean regional facies series की अगर हम बात करेंगे, rather you take the Monian, the Dalradian, the Southern Appalachians, they all are regional. तो इसमें तीनों में thrusting, faulting, orogeny का role है. Thrusting, folding, faulting and orogeny ये dominant हुआ हुआ इसमें, तो इसको आपको ध्यान रखना है. Alright, so some of the geolite faces में क्या क्या हुआ, green cyst faces में क्या क्या हुआ, so that's all here. So blue ridges में क्या क्या हुआ, कहाँ पे prominences मिले हैं, so that is that. So Buchan faces series की अब अगर हम बात करते हैं, this is again another one. So the Buchan faces series is regional metamorphism. It is characterized by the presence of andesite and sometimes by the cordierite. ये भी इसके characteristics mineral है. There may be questions. Buchan facies series is characterized by the presence of andesite or the cordierite. So this is important. The intermediate grade of mineral sum is indicating that the condition of metamorphism both at the lower pressure, so the higher temperature field gradient that than that of the recorded in the Barrovian one. Barrovian one was the normal, I mean low temperature, I mean medium one. This is higher one according to that Buchan. Okay, the type locality of Buchan facies series is northeast of the Scotland and Dalradian facies. What we can see here, right? So in this San Francisco is this one. Wait a minute, it's not given here. Franciscan facies series, high pressure facies series. This one is known and low geothermal gradient, of course. Result in a series of rock that passes through the geolite, penite, pompelite, below cyst, and eclogite faces of regional metamorphism. तो ये Cretaceous Franciscan complex of California के नाम से भी इसको जानते हैं. So this is important once again. And Sangbangwa facies series. This is again important. Sangbangwa belt is a part of complex that was accredited in Japan during the Mesozoic and late Franciscan complex. The Sangbangwa belt contains the blue cyst facies. और जबकि आपकी सांगबांगुआ और फ्रांसिसियन को हम देखें तो यहाँ पे इक्लोगाइट मिल रहा है ज्यादातर, ठीक है. इसमें आपको मिल रहा है जापान में ब्लू सिस्ट फेसिस सीरीज, रॉय काकोमा एंड सांगबांगुआ. So Roy Kakuma and Sangbangwa, they formed it paired metamorphism. So Sangbangwa and Roy Kakuma ko agar hum dekhen, this is the Sangbangwa lower one and the dotted one is the Roy Kakuma belt, in which there has been took lots of the metamorphism, and this was studied by the Miyashiro in 1961 once again. This is the Japan Sea and the Pacific Ocean in this side. This is portion of Japan, and in this portion, this is the metamorphism that has been taken place. This is Roy Kakuma belt with the high pressure and high temperatures, while this pressure belt are associated with the Roy Kakuma belt के साथ जो है high pressure and low temperature belt, मतलब दोनों सेम नहीं होंगे, opposite most probably रहती है. So different kind of faces is there. So paired metamorphic belt, तो जो कि मैंने बताया Sangbangwa and Roy Kakuma belt, that is was there, and the Franciscan complex metamorphose and Sierra Nevada Calmax mountains, ये जो है आपस में बुचान फेसिस सीरीज के साथ अलग से पेयर्ड मेटामॉर्फिक बेल्ट बनाते हैं. सो प्रेशर, टेम्परेचर, टाइम, पाथ, सो ये एक इम्पोर्टेंट है. ठीक है, सो इसको भी हम अच्छे से समझेंगे. इससे रिलेटेड भी गेट में क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, नेट में क्वेश्चन आते हैं. सिंस द ग्राफ लुक्स वेरी वियर्ड and it seems to be that they are very tough or hard, something like that, so we do the things, we try to ignore them. तो ignore नहीं करना है, they're very easy, उसको समझना है क्या पूछ रहा है. अब देखो सिंपली से 3 और 4 ग्राफ यहाँ पे, इसी में से एक ग्राफ आ जाता है एग्जाम में. सिस्टमैटिक प्रेशर एंड टेम्परेचर, टाइम, पाथ यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है हीट कोल्ड मॉडल के लिए. अगर हम ए को देखें तो इसमें क्रिस्टल थिकनिंग हो रही है, क्योंकि टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर, ये देखो मैक्सिमम यहाँ पे था, फिर से इधर को आ गया यहाँ तक. इसमें क्रिस्टल क्या हो रही है, थिकनिंग हो रही है, यहाँ से लेकर के यहाँ तक. टेम्परेचर ये वाला था और प्रेशर जो है यहाँ से लेकर के यहाँ तक है, देखो थिकनिंग इसमें हो रही है, क्रिस्टल थिकनिंग इसमें हो रही है. और अगर आप देखेंगे बी को, यानी बी वाले को, ये वाला पोर्शन बी वाले में क्या हो रहा है, शैलो मेटामॉर्फिज्म हो रहा है. शैलो मेटामॉर्फिज्म की अगर हम बात कर लें, शैलो मैग्नेटिज्म, क्योंकि इसमें टेम्परेचर है, प्रेशर है नहीं, तो मैग्नेटिज्म ही का होगा ना. ये magnetism ही दिखाएगा, since temperature range is there but the pressure is very low, and that type of things or the situation happens only in the contact metamorphism, the shallow metamorphism. दूसरा अगर हम बात करें सी की, ये वाला जो सी वाला ग्राफ है हमारा, ये क्या दिखा रहा है, ग्रेनुलाइट फेसिस मेटामॉर्फिज्म. ग्रेनुलाइट में हाई टेम्परेचर और मीडियम प्रेशर, ये दोनों कंडीशन में रहती है. तो इस टाइप से अलग अलग चीजें होती है. कभी कभी ये भी होता है कि हाईएस्ट पाथ किसने ट्रेवल किया है, तो जिसका ग्राफ ज्यादा होगा वो हाईएस्ट पाथ ट्रेवल करेगा. ये डेप्थ है इधर दिया हुआ, सो ऑफ कोर्स इस डेप्थ से आप निकाल सकते हैं कि नहीं निकाल सकते हैं. तो आप देखेंगे इसको यहाँ पे मिलाइए, ये 10 से स्टार्ट हुआ और कहाँ तक गया, 30 तक गया है. इसने कितना किलोमीटर डेप्थ ट्रेवल किया, 20. और अगर आप इसको देखो, ये 15 टू 25 है, 10 किया है इसने. अब इसी तरह से आप इसको देखोगे, इसने तो कुछ ट्रेवल ही नहीं किया, ये जहाँ पे था वहीं पे था, वो ऑलमोस्ट वेरी लेस डिस्टेंस और डेप्थ इट हैज ट्रेवल. सो कभी कभी ये भी पूछता है कि सबसे ज्यादा ट्रेवल किसने पाथ किया है, तो इधर डेप्थ दिया हुआ है ना आपको, और नहीं भी दिया हुआ है तो टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर के साथ, प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट के साथ दिया हुआ होगा, नहीं तो टेम्परेचर ग्रेडियंट के साथ दिया होगा, तो ग्रेडियंट हम निकाल सकते हैं. So this was it. If you have any kind of a problem, so you may ask. That's it. The metamorphic methodology finished up. But the apart from this, this was basic. Now we will be moving on to the AKF and the ACF diagram. तो उसको